Hello and welcome back to the channel. Motions Biz here again. And I just wanted to do a follow-up video regarding the Navy Federal auto loans since we were talking about that. And this time I just wanted to talk about the things not to do with a Navy Federal auto loan, or if you are thinking about doing a car loan sometime in the near future with Navy Federal, these are just reminders on what not to do. And of course, welcome to our new subscribers. I very much appreciate that you are here and you have chosen to follow us on this little channel. And of course, to our other subscribers who have been here since the beginning, I very much would appreciate your input, especially if you've had an experience with a Navy Federal auto loan. And if we have our new members who ask questions wanting to find out further information, do not hesitate to place your comment in the comment section, because I noticed that a lot of our viewers actually check the comment section and even made a feedback that the comment section is quite a rich source of information. Or if you have relevant information that you can add to these 6 items, please place that in the comment section so we all can learn. But for now, these are the 6 pertinent ones. And the 6th, especially the last one, is very, very, very important because it can affect your relationship with Navy Federal. Number 1 on my list does not apply to Navy Federal only. This is in general if you are also considering doing an auto loan elsewhere, not even Navy Federal, but with any lending institutions. And this number 1 item is that do not max out your credit cards right before you apply for a car loan or an auto loan anywhere. So this includes holding off on making high ticket purchases on your credit cards. So you can wait until after the application process is done, okay? But before the application process, make sure you avoid that to keep your utilization low. Number 2 reminder and things not to do. Months before you do that application, try not to apply for many credit cards or any loans that would result in a hard pull on your credit reports, okay? So avoid having too many inquiries on your credit report because that would affect your chances. And even if you will be approved for a car loan with any lending institution, it may result, and it can result, in a higher interest rate because you are viewed as a high risk. And even if you have a high credit score, but you have a lot of inquiries on your credit report, you may get approved, but it will make a difference in your interest rate. And you may ask, is it okay to do credit limit increases right before you apply for a car loan? And the answer is yes, because it is just a soft pull on your credit report with Navy Federal. Now, of course, you can still do your pre-approval soft pull applications because they will not be seen as a hard pull on your credit report. So those are okay. And under this category, of course, the personal loans or any other installment loans that you may have, let's say furniture purchases, and anything that is an installment loan or an installment account, try to avoid that because you know what? That counts to your DTI, your debt to income ratio. And this is calculated with vehicle loans, just because, remember, a car loan, it may be secured. It may be a secured loan, but it is also an installment loan, and that would very much count to your debt to income ratio. Number 3 on my list is that try to avoid placing self-employed on your application. And this applies not just with vehicle and auto loans. This is also the same with credit card applications. When you place self-employed in your application, there is a chance that the lending institution, even Navy Federal, would ask for more paperwork because they would want to make sure that you have the revenue that can pretty much support your loan. Now, what would you do if indeed it is true that you are self-employed and you have your own company? What you can do, and what I do personally, is that I list myself as an employee of my company and I am employed by my business. And that is also how I do my direct deposits with Navy Federal. My company, in my business name, pays me as a person, as a clinical administrator. So pretty much it shows me as an employee of the company. And I am aware that many of you here are actually very successful business owners in your own right. So you are self employed, you know how to run a business. So when you do your application, just make sure, or you can also just list yourself as an employee of your company. And of course, there are always exceptions to the rule. Okay, even if you place self employed in your application, you might still get approved. And there are instances where Navy Federal members get approved for auto loans or vehicle loans listing themselves as self-employed, but it can be backed by their deposits in their business account or in their personal accounts. So it's a matter of circumstances, and whatever you feel applies to you, just do that. And later on, whatever Navy Federal asks for, if they ask for additional statements, tax returns, or whatever, then just submit it. And because you have those papers, you should be okay. Right after I published the video about car loans, we had 2 community members that did mention and stated that they placed self-employed on their application. And what happened was Navy Federal came back and asked for some docs. Actually, I think it was a business license or an SS4, and I think some bank statements, and they were approved, of course. And so it can happen that if you do state that you are self-employed, there is a likelihood that they can come back and ask you for some documentation, because car loans can go through manual underwriting. And we also had a community member who shared that he did the car loan application right on the web portal, and in a few minutes he was pre-approved. He got a pre-approval that fast, in a matter of minutes. So it really depends upon the situation. Maybe it will take a little longer for you, or they can possibly ask for additional docs, or it can be pretty much instantaneous. And let me know what your experience was with Navy Federal when you did an auto loan. Did you place self-employed and was still approved, or did you place self-employed and more docs were requested? And just share that in the comment section. That would be very much appreciated, so we will know what's going on and what was the situation with you, and we can all learn from it. And number 4 on my list. Now, when you go ahead and do apply for a car or an auto loan on the web portal with Navy Federal, there are 2 sections in that application. One section is that you actually place the VIN, the vehicle identification number, and information of the car that you want to purchase. On the other side is the pre-approval. Now, even if you already have a vehicle in mind, still complete the pre-approval section. The reason being, if you fill out the application where you put the VIN number, the type of vehicle you're purchasing, and all those details, there is a possibility that by the time you are approved, is that vehicle may no longer be available. So if you can, just complete the section where it says pre-approval. So just get the pre-approval done, and you will have a choice later on to whichever vehicle you want to get. Number 5 is very, very important. Let's say you've already done the purchase, you got your check from Navy Federal, you were able to pay for your car, now you're enjoying your car, you're driving your new vehicle, okay? Now, do not ever forget to send the title to Navy Federal within 30 days, okay? Make sure Navy Federal has that title, or else your vehicle loan can be converted into a personal loan. And you know what that means? Very steep interest rates, and also the risk of losing your relationship with Navy Federal, because you can get your account flagged or even shut down. So whatever it is you do, make that a priority, that title reaches Navy Federal one way or the other. Okay. because now this leads us to the last but not the least, and that is number 6. Now, going to number 6. Number 6 is that once you receive your check from Navy Federal to buy the car that you want, or for that vehicle loan, for that auto loan, okay, do not use those funds as a personal loan. And I am aware that this has happened with quite a few members who did it this way, okay? It is pretty much circumventing the process for a personal loan. I know of quite a few members of Navy Federal who actually did this as a hack to get a high personal loan with Navy Federal. But then the thing is, it does carry its risks, okay? There may be quite a few out there who are able to get away with it. But the thing with Navy Federal is integrity, okay? Relationship building with Navy Federal is built upon their trust on you and with you. And that includes using the funds that you ask for, okay? You ask for a vehicle loan, so get that vehicle loan. If you need a personal loan, apply for a personal loan. For me, it is not being self-righteous, but it is just a courtesy to an institution who is doing so much for its members. And it's just a personal opinion. So let me know what you think about that, or if you have experience or know of anybody who has done that and was able to get away with it with no consequences. It may have happened, but personally, I think it's just a matter of doing what is right. So let me know what you think. Share your thoughts, share your feedback, share your insight in the comment section so we all can learn from it. So again, Motions Biz here, and thank you so much for staying with me and for following the channel, supporting the channel. Have a great day.